When you can't trust your mother and father, and when you can't even trust relatives in your own family, I think is a special level of disgusting, and this little baby just did not stand a chance. I want to tell you guys about this story, but before I do, let me give you guys a quick disclaimer. You guys know how we do. Let's go. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. I think the best source for news and articles is lawandcrime.com. They do a great job. Thank you again. Well, let me read from your article. Kentucky investigators announced Friday that they arrested 2 murder suspects in the disappearance and death of a 4-year-old girl last seen by family members and friends in September, but reported missing just days ago. The Whitley County Sheriff's Department said Friday that investigators believe that they have found the body of a little girl by the name of Chloe Darnell, who was 4 years old. Beautiful little smile, a little angel. They believe they found the body, and that 24-year-old Brittany Slaughter, reportedly a cousin who had custody of the victim, and Slaughter's 34-year-old boyfriend, Adam Haynes. So the legal mom's boyfriend, Adam Haynes, 34 years old, both of Williamsburg, are under arrest. While investigating, investigators wrote the victims' names as Darnell. Family members misspelled it. It should, instead of 1 L, it should have been 2 L's. But these 2 hood billies that you guys see on my screen right here. Let me see if I can get a bigger picture so you guys can see. It's a little bit bigger picture. Yeah, they look like little snow billies, hood billies. Yes, let's go. Authorities said that the victims' remains were sent to the state medical examiner's office in Frankfort for an autopsy and positive identification. The sheriff's department indicated that additional charges might be on the horizon. As of now, Whitley County Detention Center records reviewed by Law and Crime show murder as a charge, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with physical evidence charges against both suspects. Though Slaughter was booked at 4:10 a.m. on Friday, according to jail records, Hayes was booked Thursday evening. In addition, jail records say that Hayes faces charges of a felon in possession of a firearm, possession of marijuana, and trafficking heroin. Investigators first posted about the investigation on November 14th, Tuesday night, considering both Darnell and Slaughter as missing persons, and noting that the 4-year-old had not been seen by worried family and friends since September. Brittany Slaughter and a juvenile identified as Chloe Darnell, age 4, who Brittany had custody of, both had been reported missing from the Overlane, Canada Town community of Whitley County, the sheriff's office previously said. At this time, information is limited. Brittany allegedly has family members in Ohio. Initial reports indicate Chloe had not been seen since late September of this year. The next day, authorities said that they were looking for a red 2009 Mitsubishi Lancer. Let me see if it's a beautiful little girl. See if I can pull that car up here real quick. Just why people continue to hurt our babies is just beyond me. We got Iceland in the building. Shout out to Iceland. I think that might be the first time I've seen somebody here. That is pretty cool. Thank you. Iceland. I thought I had that vehicle in here somewhere. Maybe I don't. Right there. There it is. 2009 red Mitsubishi Lancer. That was the car that they were looking for. That was connected to this case. Reportedly, Brittany Slaughter may have been operating this vehicle prior to her and 4-year-old Chloe's disappearance. On Thursday, investigators found the vehicle in question and Brittany Slaughter, saying her status and welfare are reported as unharmed. Now Slaughter and Hayes both face charges and have both been behind bars. Slaughter's total bond on the listed charges appears to be $1.5 million, $500 each on each of her 3 charges, or $1.5 million, excuse me. Hayes has the same bond plus $105,000 for the charged drug and firearm offenses. A court employee told Law and Crime that the defendants are expected to be arraigned on Monday. Let me give you guys the fair usage and just how can you look at a little girl's face like that and want to just abuse them to this level is just further than my understanding. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. An easy way for you guys to share this video, hit that thumbs up, please, and leave a comment. Two of the simplest things we could do to share these stories, but I'm going to try to keep this brief, so here we go.
2 people are now charged with murder in connection to the disappearance of a 4-year-old in Whitley County. Our ABC 36's Sydney St. Clair spoke with the Whitney County Sheriff's Department about that case.
The 2-month-long search for 4-year-old Chloe Darnell has officially ended, and 2 arrests have been made in connection with her case.
We've arrested Adam Hayes and Brittany Slaughter. They've each been charged with murder, tampering with physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse.
Even though Chloe was reported missing, the investigation began just this week.
This all started Monday evening when one of my officers received a complaint of a welfare check of a child. Family reported they hadn't seen the child with the guardian for some time and wanted us to go out and do a welfare check. That's how the complaint started. He began investigating it at that point. The next day started a more intense investigation as things didn't quite add up.
As we reported, Chloe Darnell had been missing since September, and her Aunt Brittany Slaughter had been missing for a few weeks. Slaughter was found Thursday night unharmed. Chloe's body was found this morning.
She has been missing for some time. We're trying to pinpoint exactly when that was, and I think that's still in the exact time is yet to be determined. So the body has been sent to Frankfurt for an autopsy and for positive identification, and hopefully the autopsy results will give us a little more information onto that.
Chloe's family has questioned why it has taken so long for awareness to be spread about her disappearance. In response, Sheriff Elliott says,
"We hope to bring Chloe home alive, but I'm glad we at least could locate her so the rest of the family could have some closure."
The family has created a GoFundMe to help lay Chloe to rest. We'll, of course, keep you updated as the investigation continues. For now, in Whitley County.
Days of searching led to a grim discovery in a small Kentucky town. The Whitley County Sheriff in Kentucky says that the body of a 4-year-old was recovered last night. 4-year-old Chloe Darnell was reported missing to the Whitley County Sheriff's Office earlier this week. Her family said they hadn't seen her since September. Investigators say 24-year-old Brittany Slaughter had custody of the little girl. Well, after they started searching, deputies found her car, but not Slaughter or the little girl. And then, late on Thursday, deputies did find Slaughter, and hours later, little Chloe's body. Slaughter and 34-year-old Adam Hayes were arrested and charged with her murder. The 4-year-old's body was sent to the state medical examiner's office for an autopsy. The sheriff's office says more charges could be coming.
The pain is unbearable.
Put it this way, I was brushing my 8-year-old daughter's hair this morning, and I grabbed her, and I kissed her, and I held her.
Unable to let go, Amber Morales Lopez says it's because she couldn't stop thinking about her 4-year-old cousin, Chloe Darnell. We spoke with her as she made her way to Whitley County.
I'm just all over the place.
Chloe's body was discovered around midnight Friday in the woods near a cemetery in the Daniel Boone National Forest.
She was buried in a shallow grave.
It remains unfilled. Bill Elliott is the Whitley County Sheriff.
There's nothing that could be more tragic in my mind than the death of this child, a senseless death of this child.
Chloe's cousin, Brittany Slaughter, had custody of her. Relatives say they last saw the little girl in September.
I wanted to see Chloe on the phone. I talked to Brittany November 3rd, and I asked her, I said, Brittany, where's Chloe? Let me talk to Chloe. She's in her room. She's playing. Oh, well, holler at her. I want to speak to her.
She says Brittany gave excuses to everyone.
She wasn't there. She's at birthday parties. She was asleep or in the shower in her room playing or outside.
A relative only went to police this week when it became clear something was off.
Kind of like the Casey Anthony case we had in Florida several years ago, where it was the mother kept making excuses where the child was at before the family finally reported it.
She's been lying to all of us.
Police have arrested Slaughter along with her boyfriend Adam Hayes, charging both with murder, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with physical evidence.
This is what baffles me. Like, Brittany, out of all people, Brittany, we've never in our life would have thought that Brittany would do something like this or even capable of doing something like this.
For Lopez, the toughest part is thinking about all the things Chloe will never get.
Hold your kids tight. Love your kids. Because Chloe's not going to get that anymore. Chloe's gone.
In Whitley County, I'm Ricky Sayer, LEX 18 News.
That's hard to listen to, and being a family member and just see how just people didn't care about this baby, man. I'm sure that hurts. And my heart goes out to her. It's just really, really tragic. And these are all avoidable situations. Like, this does not have to happen. This is not an accident. These are things that are done purposely. And I'm pretty sure between mom and boyfriend, some more details are going to come out. And I'm going to assume things like blunt force trauma or maybe even worse. So I'm deathly afraid of the additional details that are going to be confirmed about what the actual death and how this baby was caused to meet her demise. Keep the family in your prayers. Young princess, Chloe, R.I.P. And that was her final resting place like that. That baby deserved better than that. So share the story. Comment on this story. Get justice against these two individuals. They're not even human, man. Life in prison for both of them. Thank you guys so much for listening to this Angel story, okay? Thank you.